Hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I'm Lisa Marie and you've just tuned in to Bank Life. Can we talk? Alright, so today we got a video for you. We're going to be dealing with the Anti-Money Laundering, AML. Came out about a week ago. Got a video. I'm not sure if you heard of this or not. You might tell from the title what's going on. Let's see what's going on. I'm Lisa Marie. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before we get started, I want to extend my sympathy to the millions of Americans who've had their lives turned upside down by Hurricane Milton and Hurricane Helene. I know I speak for all of us in expressing my gratitude to the first responders on the ground who are carrying out rescue missions. And I want to thank all the volunteers who are helping the neighbors get through these storms. Now to the subject of today's announcement. Today, TD Bank pled guilty to multiple felonies, including conspiring to violate the Bank Secrecy Act and commit money laundering. TD Bank has also agreed to a $1.8 billion criminal penalty, combined with civil enforcement actions announced.
Wait, they agreed to a $1.8 billion dollar. So again, we're dealing with anti-money laundering, bank secrecy. All right, and I'm going to explain all that to you.
Today, by other agencies, the United States will be imposing a total of approximately $3 billion against TD Bank.
$3 billion.
An environment that allows financial crime to flourish. By making its services convenient for criminals, it became one. Today, TD Bank became the largest bank in U.S. history to plead guilty to Bank Secrecy Act program failures and the first bank in history.
All right, let me just start there. Bank Secrecy Act failures. Okay, so I'm not sure if you know or not. And most not, I won't say most, but a lot of people know about the bank secrecy. That's where you're allowed to deposit in cash $10,000 into your account, right? When it's over 10,000, even if it's a penny over, it must be reported. But also, if you come in, let's say you go to the bank Monday and you deposit 5,000 in cash, and you go into the bank Tuesday and you deposit 6,000. That's a total of 11,000. And then Wednesday you go and deposit 3,000. That's $14,000 cash into your account. A report still is supposed to be filed, a suspicious activity report. Now, it may just be suspicious, but it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. You can have a big grocery store and you get a lot of cash from your clients. So if it matches your business, then even though the reports are still to be filed and everything, this is the way your business flows. So that's fine. But in order for you to violate this particular process is you don't fill a report. You don't alert your back office department. You don't have the alerts. So if you don't put out the alert is not going to anyone to do any double checking and triple checking, especially if you have an idea that someone is participating in money laundering and using your bank to do so. Let's get back to the video.
Guilty to conspiracy to commit money laundering. This is also the largest ever penalty under the Bank Secrecy Act and the first time the Justice Department has assessed a daily fine against a bank.
The first time that the Justice Department has put a daily fine against a bank. What was TD Bank doing? Let's find out.
As part of the plea agreement, TD Bank will fundamentally restructure its corporate compliance program at its U.S.-based bank which is the 10th largest in the United States. The bank has also agreed to the imposition of a 3-year monitorship and a 5-year term of probation. While the bank has started its remediation, it will continue to remediate and improve its anti-money laundering compliance program to ensure that the bank operates lawfully and safely moving forward. In addition to obtaining today's corporate felony pleas, the Justice Department has also prosecuted 24 individuals for their involvement in money laundering schemes that moved over $670 million in illicit funds through TD Bank accounts.
Say what?
So far, the Justice Department has charged 2 TD Bank employees for their involvement in one of these schemes. Pursuant to the plea agreement, TD Bank is required to fully cooperate with the Justice Department's investigation.
Wait, hold up. Now, 2 employees of TD Bank are being charged as well. I always had this question asked to me. Lisa Marie, you work for a bank. Why don't they pay their bank employees more money? You got them hanging around all this money. Why don't they up the salary? I'm Lisa Marie. Welcome to Bank Life. Let's go.
Of the bank and any of its officers, directors, and employees. If the bank fails to do so, it will again be subject to criminal prosecution in which the statement of facts that are part of the plea agreement may be used as evidence against it. Our criminal investigations into individual employees at every level of TD Bank are active and ongoing. As is the case in all corporate criminal matters, no one involved in TD Bank's illegal conduct will be off limits. We will follow the evidence wherever it leads. Federal anti-money laundering laws are designed to prevent criminals from using U.S. banks to fuel their crimes. Our laws dictate that the narcotics traffickers who flood our communities with deadly drugs cannot use American financial institutions to move their money. And our anti-money laundering laws dictate that a bank that willfully fails to protect against criminal schemes is also a criminal.
A bank that allows, in other words, that allows criminal activity to happen is also criminally liable. Wow. Let's get back to the video.
That is what TD Bank was, because it failed to maintain an adequate anti-money laundering program between January 2014 and October 2023.
So wait a minute. From 2014 to 2023, wait a minute, that's what, 9 years? You kidding me? So what are we doing? We monitoring them for 9 years? What's going on? Why wasn't this brought to the attention before? Why not stop them in advance? I don't know. Let's see what's going on.
Over a 6-year period, TD Bank failed to monitor $18.3 trillion in customer activity.
Wait. Oh, what in the world's going on? Let me know in the comments what you think. What's going on?
TD Bank admitted in its plea agreement this allowed 3 money laundering networks to transfer over $670 million through TD Bank accounts. At least one of those schemes involved 5 TD Bank employees. The bank maintained an automated transaction monitoring system that was supposed to detect and generate alerts.
Automatic to detect. Listen, when you have a bank, you got to use your people as well. ATM can't help you with that. Computer systems can't help you with that. You need some people to see some nonverbal activity going on. Look into people's eyes, and a system cannot detect that. That's why you need people working there to say, hey, something ain't right. This ain't right. I seen him yesterday. Wait a minute. That's his cousin right there coming in with that money. All right. Now, we, at any means, at no means, I should say, am I saying that because bank employees, maybe they wanted a bonus, maybe they did this, or maybe... No, it's wrong on any point. If it's me, Lisa Marie, you already know. Read my stuff. Go back to my videos. Check out my videos. All right. we take full responsibility for anything we do on this particular channel. All right, we take accountability. That's the way we operate on my channel. Now, what I don't understand is 5 employees. That's a lot of employees. What's going on at this particular or with this particular institution? Because what it sounds like is that anti-money laundering programs were not put in place. Now I understand. And I'm going to let y'all know in advance. Some of y'all don't hit me up and say, Lisa Marie, was that one of the banks you were with? No. I ain't never worked for TD Bank. So don't worry about it. I don't want y'all stressing out. Thinking Lisa Marie, that was the one. No. I've never worked for TD Bank. But for the bank that I did work for, those trainings were crazy. Every time you look around, they had trainings. But now, because I see this, I understand why we did so much trainings on the anti-money laundering system. Because nobody, suppose you innocently got caught up in something. Maybe you knew the person, saying, oh, hey, hi, so-and-so, order something because I said hi and he brought one deposit to my window. Am I automatically under investigation? Probably so. But, hopefully the people that they feel were involved were actually involved. And hopefully no one is just getting looped up and caught up. But it seems like they've been doing this investigation for a minute, and maybe to make sure that they're choosing the right people and picking the right people and really doing their homework, that they don't just loop up everybody and trying to clean up this particular mess. Let's go.
Suspicious transactions and activities, but that system was willfully deficient. As the bank admitted in the statement of facts, which it filed today, at various times, high-level executives, including the person who became the bank's chief anti-money laundering officer, knew there were serious problems with the bank's anti-money laundering program. But the bank failed to correct them. 3 money laundering networks took advantage of TD Bank's failed anti-money laundering system. First, over the course of a 3-year period, a person who TD Bank employees knew as David moved over $470 million in illicit funds through TD Bank branches in the United States. David has separately pled guilty to laundering drug proceeds through the bank.
All right, so now they have someone who's saying, hey, yeah, I did it, and I was able to do this, and not only that, it was from drugs and so forth, so I was able to take the money that I received from drug activity and launder it through TD Bank. So now, because of that particular thing, it's like saying, hey, your training, your systems, everything was not in order to catch the loophole from this particular individual just coming in and making deposits and so forth.
David had attempted to launder money through numerous financial institutions, but he found that TD Bank had the most permissive policies and procedures, and so chose to launder most of his funds there.
Wow.
He also bribed TD Bank employees with more than $57,000 in gift cards in furtherance of his scheme. David's illegal conduct was obvious, to say the least. On more than one occasion, he deposited more than $1 million in cash in a single day.
Okay, see, now more than $1 million in cash in a single day. Now, all right, if that ain't blowing off red flags, I don't know what is. It's no way. I don't know of a bank. Well, I know of a bank now because of what they're saying that would allow $1 million in one account and back office. The branch manager didn't get a call. No one got. Now, come on. I told y'all that I worked for a financial institution for 28 years, right? It ain't no way people didn't get a call. What in the world is happening here? So even as employees, you have to protect yourself. Sometimes you're going to have to say no thank you to gift cards. Come on. Not justifying anything. But sometimes if you knew and everybody else taking a gift card, you might take one too and get caught up with something. I'm just saying, for the new employees, be careful. If you're new, be careful.
He then immediately moved the funds out of the bank using official bank checks and wire transfers.
Again, wire transfers. Come on. For y'all that don't know, wire transfers have to be approved. Wire transfers, you could go ahead and, okay, so let me tell you how it works. Client comes in, do a wire transfer, right? So you got all the information, you got the routing number. If it's going international, you got the SWIFT code, you got all the information, you got who it's going to. We're saying, hey, well, why are you wiring? We asking you questions because that's protocol. And you mean to tell me, and then cashier's checks are being cut on account? Because before you cut a cashier's check, you have to look at the transaction. So nobody's paying attention. So I'm pretty sure some employees had to go over and say, hey, listen, look at this. Come on, look at everything. Why are we the client is going here? Maybe the supervisor say, hey, go ahead and approve it. Don't worry about it. I know him. He's good. And you go ahead and do it. Now your name's on the transaction. I'm just saying. I'm not saying this is what happened, but you got to be so careful because, again, you can get caught up. And you have to then start pleading in case. Listen, I didn't know anything about it. I went to my manager. They did the approval. And a lot of times what we would do, we would say, listen, if you want to approve it, you go ahead and put your name on there. I'm not touching that. Don't loop me in that. I'm not touching it. I spoke to my superior. Superior meaning, of course, the person above you at work. And they said, go ahead. And they signed it. They gave me the authorization. Here is my notes. Here is their signature on the document. I processed it, but they approved it. Because I went to them and I showed them. I said, hey, the client is asking to do this, but this don't look right. And sometimes they say, oh, go ahead and do it. No, you put your, see, after a while you say, you put your signature. So when anything goes down, you're accountable and not me. Let's go.
TD Bank employees at many levels understood and acknowledged the likely illegality of David's activity. In August 2020, one TD Bank store manager emailed another store manager and remarked, quote, you guys really need to shut this down, LOL. In late 2020, another store manager implored his supervisors, several TD Bank regional managers, to act, noting that, quote, it is getting out of hand and my tellers are at the point that they don't feel comfortable handling these transactions.
There you go. My tellers do not feel comfortable. So you got head regional managers, head people saying, listen, y'all got to do something. I don't know what happened, but that's so unusual for this to still go through. I can't understand this. I see it before me, but I really don't understand how this process is working, how this could happen. Let's go.
In February 2021, one TD Bank store employee saw that David's network had purchased more than $1 million in official bank checks with cash in a single day.
All right, so we already see there's too many violations. How many of y'all out there? Let me know in the comments. How many of y'all out there, you went just to get $100 out of your account and you felt like, hey, they grilled me and these people getting away with all this money laundering. What's going on? What's going on? Why were they allowed to do all of this? This is, to me, from where I come from, 28 years with the banking system, unheard of. Unheard of. This is just, I don't even understand what happened here. I don't know how the ball could get dropped this bad. This is like people just saying, hey, I know it's crooked, but hey, we got to do what we got to do. Very unusual.
Employee asked, quote, "How is that not money laundering?" A back office employee responded, quote, "Oh, it 100% is."
Okay, back office. Just like I was telling y'all. Back office. Come on, I know about this. Back office is going to say, hey, what's going on at that location? Let me speak to the branch manager. Come on. You do a little thing and they calling. Hey, I want to speak to your branch manager. Who told you to do this? Who approved it? I mean, you got people showing up to the bank the very next day saying, what's going on with this employee? They might escort you out. You play around. I don't understand how the ball was dropped with TD Bank. So for y'all that don't know, this is what happened. And this came out about a week ago. And so TD Bank, TD Bank, I don't even know what to say, really dropped the ball. This was not all TD Banks, by the way. Well, this was not what happened this happened in New Jersey. It did not happen in all states of TD Bank. Now, there were some other networking and so forth, but I can't go into the whole thing. I don't have enough time on YouTube to go through the whole thing in regards to this, as far as all the different. But if you are an employee of the bank, be careful of what you sign. Be careful. Protect yourself. Be very careful. Because sometimes you can slip, like even myself. Some of y'all that didn't see my video, go check the video. You can slip. Things can pass you. Things you might not even think is that serious. And you can find yourself out of a job. Or you could find yourself caught up in some things and you're like, hey, I don't know, world did I get myself in this? I took one gift card, go ahead and got me something from Starbucks on the corner, and now it's considered. They said he bribed me. I didn't even know. I was new. I'm worried about the new employees, not the people that been there for a minute. I'm worried about the people that don't know. You know what I mean? And sometimes even the people that do know, it's because your manager's saying, go ahead and do it. You're like, he probably know. He been here longer than me. I might have been here 20, but he's been here 30 or 40 years. And sometimes we just going along with the flow. But it's okay to say no. Put your 2 weeks notice in and go to Indeed and go get you another job. With all the talent, with all your skills that you got, go ahead and find another job. If you are listening to this video, because I believe nothing happens by chance, go find yourself another job. If someone is at your job and they're trying to have you in all type of craziness and something on the inside is just telling you this is crazy, don't pass, go. Just go straight to where you need to go to, which is to HR. Put in your 2 weeks notice and get out now. Get out now. I was going to do that. All right. But I'm Lisa Marie. So thank you so much for tuning in. For y'all that want, of course, the more of the story, feel free to go ahead, Google it. You can hear even more regarding it. For y'all to have comments, or you just want to ask me a question in regards to it and so forth, I'll go ahead and I'll answer you right on the comments based on what's out here and what is being stated. Okay, I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Lisa Marie, and can we talk? Go ahead and like. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment.